Dear students, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to study one of the topics of cell and tissues, and here it is, that is animal tissues. So let's start the video. Well, before starting the types of animal tissues, I want you to recall the organization of our body, that the smallest unit of all living organism is basically cell. So when similar cells combine together, they do certain function for the body, then they're termed as the tissues. So tissues are made up of the similar cells that perform certain functions. So here in case of animals, there are different types of tissues, four types of tissues: epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissues, and nervous tissues. We'll see them one by one. How are they? What are they performing? So let's see, what are they? Okay, so first are the epithelial tissues. If you look at epithelial tissues, then they cover the surfaces of the body, for example, your skin. They also line the spaces inside the body, for example, the lumen of small intestine or any other organ like esophagus, stomach, so they are present over there. They also form glands, so with their location, you can see that they may be protecting, they may be secreting in nature, so they are forming functions, different functions in different parts of our body. So here I have mentioned the same example. The outer layer of skin is made of epithelial tissues, and a small intestine lining the walls inside, they are made up of epithelial tissues. One characteristic feature of these epithelial tissues is their polarized nature. So what do you think? What is the meaning of polarized? We'll see it with the help of this epithelial tissue that is actually lining the small intestine. So you can see the polarized nature of the epithelial tissue. What is it? It means these epithelial tissues have an apical side. For example, in case of small intestine, it faces the lumen of its small intestine, and the basal side, it actually faces the underlying cells that are found around them. So this is the polarized nature of the epithelial tissue. I hope that you understood it. Well, these epithelial tissues are of different types. There are different bases to classify them. So here we are taking example of the cell layers they are forming. So if the epithelial tissues, they are like their cells are making a single layer, then they are known as a simple epithelial tissue. Okay, when two or more than two cell layers of epithelial cells are found, epithelial tissues are found, then they make the stratified epithelial tissue. I hope that you understood it. Here you are looking at variety of shapes that are found. So here first is squamous. So this is the squamous shape, like they're flat and somewhat rounded. So if the squamous epithelium are found in single layer, then they are making simple squamous epithelium. On the other hand, if their layers are grouped together, they're stacked up, they're present one over the other, then there are multiple layers. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cell layers. Okay, so this is making the stratified squamous epithelium. Cubicle. So cubicle, as the name is indicating, that it is of cube shape. So here you can see the shape. Since this cuboidal epithelium is basically making a single layer, so this is simple cuboidal epithelium. However, when two layers are present here of the cuboidal epithelium, then they make a stratified cuboidal epithelium. The other tissue, the epithelial tissue, is columnar. So as you see, they're found in the form of columns, slender, long columns. So since it is one layer, single layer, so this is simple columnar epithelium. While here there are two layers of these columnar epithelium, so this is a stratified columnar epithelium. I hope that you've got this idea about the simple and the stratified. So we'll see their location. We are having different types of epithelial tissue. So if you look at the simple squamous epithelial tissue, then this is found in the alveoli of the lungs. This is making the alveoli of the lungs. Since this is just single layer thick, so it is very thin, which allows both oxygen and the carbon dioxide gas to diffuse easily through it. So it is found and it's forming the alveoli of the lungs. However, this stratified squamous epithelium is found in the skin with many dead keratinized cells, protein cells, and thereby they're protecting against water and nutrient loss. So here their function is actually protection. If you look at the simple cuboidal epithelial tissue, then this lines the lumen of collecting ducts in the kidney. And I hope that you remember that collecting ducts, they collect the urine, which is formed by the kidney. And they're present in the thyroid gland also. So in case of thyroid gland, the simple cuboidal epithelial tissue, they are secretory in nature, so they help the thyroid gland to release its hormone, that is thyroxine. Okay, so here this is the stratified cuboidal stratified epithelial tissue. So it surrounds the ducts of mammary gland and salivary gland. So here they are also concerned with the secretions of these glands. If you look at the simple columnar epithelial tissue, then they are present in the female reproductive system and also in the digestive tract. So they are present in these two areas. However, the stratified columnar epithelial tissue is found in some organs of the reproductive system. Well, there is one more thing about this epithelial tissue. There's transitional epithelia. These are basically a special subset of stratified epithelia, and they're found in the excretory system. So this is unique. Now we'll move to the another type of tissue, that is connective tissue. As the name is suggesting that it is somewhat connecting or binding something. So we see them. What are they? So connective tissue bind different types of cells and tissues together, and they hold the structures in the body. So they are supportive in nature, kind of supportive in nature. So here I have got this example of tendons. Tendons are one of the examples of connective tissue. So tendons are fibrous connective tissue that attach a muscle to a bone. So we are having different types of connective tissue on the basis of the different types of cells that are making them up, their densities. So cartilage, the cartilage is dense, okay, it is thick, and it can range from semi-solid to flexible matrix. You can see the cartilage in your ear as well as in your nose. So this is one of the connective tissues that is binding and connecting in nature. So other type of connective tissue is the bone. So bone is another type of connective tissue, and it is the harder one. It is more dense as compared to cartilage, and there are two types of bones: the compact bone that is dense, while there is the spongy bone, cancellous, that is porous. So these are made up of like osteoblasts and osteocyte cells that are forming the bones. The other type of connective tissue is adipose. So fats. Okay, so adipose is a type of connective tissue that provide cushions, that is support, and it also stores excess energy in fat. Besides this, it also helps maintaining the temperature through insulation. Okay, a very special kind of connective tissue is blood. It is circulating all around our body, so it is a fluid connective tissue. Here you can see your blood. So blood is made of plasma and blood corpuscles, WBCs and RBCs. Beside this, there is cell fragment, platelets. So all are suspended in plasma, and this blood is a type of connective tissue. Now I move to the third type of the tissue, that is the muscular tissue. So muscular tissues are found in animals, so they help the animals to move. So muscular tissues are composed of cells that bring about contraction, and thereby they allow movement in the animals. So there are different types of muscular tissues like skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. If you look at the skeletal muscles, then they're uh, striped. You can see the stripes over here. They are striated muscles, and they are voluntary in nature. Like in your arms and in your legs, these are found and they are attached with the bones, so they help in the movement of the bones. Besides this, we are having the cardiac muscles, so they are also striped, but they are involuntary in nature. You cannot control their movement. In case of skeletal muscle, you could control the movement since they are voluntary, while cardiac muscles are striped, they are striated, but they are involuntary. So here, if you look at the smooth muscles, then they are non-striated or they're unstriped. So they're unstriped and involuntary in nature, so you cannot control their movement. So if you look at the skeletal muscles, then they are found in like they are found around the bones. So they attach the bones by tendons. For example, the muscles in legs and arms, and cardiac muscles are present in the heart wall. Smooth muscles are found in the walls of blood vessels, digestive tract, urinary bladder, uterus, and what's not. Okay, so last is the nervous tissue. As you know that the unit of the nervous system is the neuron, the nerve cell. The nerve cells are making this nervous tissue. So nervous tissues are composed of neurons and they are making our nervous system that is they are present in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. I hope that you remember the nerves are the bundles of nerve fibers. Okay, so what is their function? They help in coordination and control the body activities, everything. I have quoted some activities here. They stimulate muscle contraction, they create awareness of the surrounding, they play their role in emotions like your feelings, your reactions, even, and they're also helping in memory and reasoning. So nervous tissue is very important since it is like controlling all our life. So here I have just added some picture: human nervous system, brain, spinal cord, spinal nerves, cranial nerves. This whole circuit is controlling our body. So nervous tissue is very important. Okay, here you can see the sensory neuron. Sensory neuron is attached to the receptor organ, the sense organ, so it is carrying the nerve impulses, and then it is bringing it towards brain, and then it is processing, and then the final order of the brain, they are passed to motor neuron, and our body shows responses. I hope that you understood it. Today we discussed about the animal tissues, different types, their shapes, their location, their functions. We discussed epithelial tissues, connective tissues, and muscular nervous tissues. So I hope that you understood. If still you have any question, then you can ask in the comments. If you want to suggest any topic for me to make the video, then please feel free to just share your thoughts. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This means a lot. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.